And welcome back, everyone, to the FX Open Invitational Series. We're at our final group here. It is going to be Group P with IMLosira, NV Moonglade, MVPsC, and Complexity's Trimaster. Losira versus SC up first on Ohana. Let's get straight into this match number one. We have down here at the bottom right-hand corner our red Terran. It is going to be, of course, MVPsC, transferred off of the FXO team a long time ago, just after we took over of FOU. And he looks like he's going for a very standard opening so far. Got to deal with that drone Losira in his mineral line, though. And at the same time, at the top left, we have IMLosira as our green Zerg. He got his hatch down and is going for a gas then pool. So, very standard openings from both these guys. We got our final group coming up. This is definitely going to be the highlight of the night for me, especially with the players in this one. What about you, Relkin?
Yeah.
What do you think?
This is going to be a good group to watch, and I'm really curious to see how it goes. We've got Losira taking the gas, like we've been seeing more and more Zerg players doing. It's annoying, but more than that, it kind of limits the options of the Terran player if they wanted to do something really gas-heavy. Oh, but he does actually mess it up, going for the second steal. Looks like there was a little bit of a pathing issue, and then the drone actually died before it could get back onto the extractor.
Yep.
It's a little bit unfortunate, but... so it doesn't really actually block that second gas. As you can see, SC is able to get it up pretty close to when he normally would for a quick second gas. So
Well, he's
that
gone for the
wasn't
expansion
quite what
anyways,
intended.
so it doesn't really make a difference to him all that much. And we'll likely see a quick third coming out here from Losira with up to 4 to 6 queens, which just seem to be the standard type of play here coming out from Zergs. But no, we are going to see a Roach Warren off 2 bases here, Railcoon. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm curious. He didn't see the other gas, so he doesn't know that SC did go for the 1 Rax Expo double gas factory, which is just a really greedy build, but this build is becoming more common. And so these kind of aggressive builds just to try and punish it are becoming more common as well. It's just the eternally shifting metagame. And I assume he's just he's guessing that SC is going to play a little bit greedy because SC does kind of like to play the macro style, cuts corners when he can, and is going to try and catch him off guard. And he's going to be able to do a good job of it if he hits this timing right, just because there's not that many Marines. He stopped to make a reactor, so the Marine production has been halted, but then he made a bunch of drones right when the Roach Horn finished. So first round of Roaches isn't as fast as possible, but we do now have a few on the way.
Well, it's very interesting because SC came to fame with his very aggressive style, and since he was been removed from GSL, I can't remember exactly who knocked him out, but it was a little bit of a time ago. It really comes down to what has he been doing in that off time. He plays in the ESC weeklies, but we do have a lot of Roaches coming out now for Losira.
Look at SC's base. Look what he just made.
Well, this doesn't necessarily outright kill our Terran SC here, depending on the number of Roaches that come out, because it all comes down to how well he can repair and how many Hellions he gets out and doesn't get caught.
He is droning behind it as well, so this definitely is defensible if these Hellions don't go down in the center of the map. He does need to make sure that every unit he has right now stays alive before these Roaches come in. And he did scout that the attack is coming as well, using the Watchtower, but needs to make sure these Hellions don't get caught.
Well, he's got the Watchtower, so he's going to be fine. He's just going to back up, see if any more reinforcements come through. He did see that, of course, and he's going to get the Zergling at the back. So he's going to see, okay, there's no more Roaches coming. He's got his Hellions positioned nicely behind this bunker. He's going to have a Marauder already on the way and Stimpack as well. And here we go. He is coming in straight onto that bunker here for Losira. Nice repair coming out for SC, and looks like he's going to be able to crush this one down with the nice repair here. And I really liked how he prepared for that. The Hellions were behind the bunker. He already had that Marauder. And this works well for him because he now also has Hellions out over at the third. He's going to stop any third hatchery going down. He's going to keep Losira on these 2 bases. He is still down in worker count, 48 to 36. That is a lot of resources invested into those Roaches, and they will be able to stop the Hellions being frustrating for him. But he now needs to make some kind of play here to get his third base down, because as we can see, we're going to have 6 Hellions just sitting over here. Even if the Roaches do come back, there's only 5 Roaches, and they're not going to be able to do as much as they want. Whoa, hang on!
Oh my god, he's lighting up the drones! Whoa, okay, that was really scary. Complete wrong idea. He did it again!
Yeah, he is.
Oh my god, unstable.
Well, with the 4 Hellions, they haven't been able to get as many hits off as they would like, as the drones are kind of darting around in the worst possible way to actually get lit up here. But we are going to see him get a couple of them now. He's got a lot more drones banking up here, and these Hellions are definitely going to pay for themselves. Looking at this worker count, it's 10 workers killed in total. I really expected him to go and just camp out at that third base, but it's worked out quite well for him. And that's really put Lucira on the back foot. He's down to 55 workers. He's going to have to do it again. SC's already got his third command center in his main, and his upgrades are kicking in quite nicely. That armor is going to finish roughly the same time that we see these upgrades, and he's transitioning into your very standard marine tank by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like he's still using this factory just to make add-ons, and then once he's got the medevacs going, he'll probably just switch into delayed tank production. Because trying to make the tanks a little bit too early can just be a little bit of a hindrance to you. If you've got those out, but they don't have siege yet, and then Losira decides to get aggressive again, then they're just kind of there, resources not doing a whole lot for you. So he's just working on getting his medevacs out first. I like this Overlord, keeps poking in, just taking a look at the buildings and how many add-ons there are, and then flying out. What caused SC to stim this group of Marines and run them up into his main base, though?
I have no idea, actually. I didn't actually catch that. I just see them in the main. It's likely that he saw the Overlord and wanted to try and catch it. But either way, Losira does have his third base down now. He's got all of the tech coming out for lair stage, link speed, baneling nest, plus double +1. He is behind on these upgrades quite significantly, though. It's going to be like a minute and a half where SC will have that timing window to actually come in and do a lot of damage. And he's very well known for doing that with his Marine and Marauder forces. He's starting to wall off here at the front to go and take his third base, which is becoming more and more standard, just a complete wall-off for any Ling run buyers coming through. And there we go, there's 2-2 started here for him. So he's going to have stim, he's got combat shields, he hasn't gone for concussive shells just yet, because he's stopped mixing in Marauders into his composition, because he's done a good read on Losira. He's going back into that normal Muto-Ling, Baneling by the looks of it. Oh, he's going to get some Lings caught here at the front, though.
Yeah, he's also switching now into the tanks, just because, like, if your bio forces and they're that big, the tanks are just really vulnerable and they're easy to target down. So he just waited a while before he started making those, used the factory just to build a lot of add-ons so he could get more production cycles out of his barracks. He has 4 reactors on his barracks, so there's going to be a lot of Marines. And there's another barracks on the way. He's just been adding these barracks one at a time, so he never has to actually cut the production.
We do have a Ling run by into the third base now. There are enough units to really throw it back. At the same time, SC is clearing out a lot of the creep down here at the bottom of the ramp. There are Banelings. There is no Baneling speed just yet, and it looks like we're going to see SC back up because he realizes there's still some Zerglings in the middle of the map here. And he needs to clear them out, but he's going to get all the creep. That is all of the creep here, Relkin. It only goes to the front of his bases now. He's only got one living creep tumor.
Active. Yeah. There's only one active creep tumor left. That's pretty brutal. Like, because that halts a lot of Losira's map control in the mid-game. He doesn't have any map vision at all. These double drop is going to fly right by this Overlord, but Losira's army is pretty far out of position, and he's not reacting. Now he sees it, but this spawning pool could go down if he focuses it unstable.
Yeah, he's got that double drop coming in. He did just even up the armor supply. Sorry, not the armor supply, the upgrade supply. He's going to come in, not going to get a single. Actually got 2 units there, but he doesn't have that. Whoa, why would you drop that Marine? That's just mean.
He didn't like that Marine. He said some nasty things about the commander.
Yeah.
So the medevac pilot just kicked him right out.
Well, he doesn't have mutas out on the field. He's chosen instead to go for those infestors, which means he can't shut down these dropway as well as he would like. He can't really do anything about it until these infestors come out. He does have that spawning pool being remade. As I was saying, he evened up the upgrades, but he's now lost that even up as well.
The last active creep tumor just got killed. Oh, there's a new one out in the center of the map, that Queen planted one. So there's still one creep tumor. That wasn't the complete creep tumor extinction. But Losira's positioning like he wants to try and take his 4th base. He's got a drone on the way. He's kind of following this trend of Zerg players sometimes have been hiding the 4th base over here on the left. It's not the usual place to go for the 4th. Always going to take both of them. But sometimes if you grab this one on the left, then the Terran player doesn't expect it. But this is going to be found by the drop. He's going to be able to just like unload a few units on the way by, take that out, and then the rest of them are going to go up in the main.
Yeah, that's exactly what is going to happen. But he's seen a Spore Crawler and Zerglings waiting for him. Does force the cancel, and he is going to be able to lift these up if he reacts in time, but doesn't look like he is, as he's focusing too much in the main. Does manage to get out here, though, and that is the benefit of actually double expanding here, because he's going to like fight for one, let the other one go up quite safely. And as we see here, SC did not see that there's no Spire at the moment. He saw there is one now, but he's only just gotten turrets up recently, so he's got to have a good feeling about that. We do see the upgrades are now evened up yet again at 2-2 apiece for both of them. And SC now going to be double expanding at the same time. He's got one command center in his main. Where's the other one? Okay, they're both in his main. We are going to have a clash here in the middle of the map, though.
Yeah, it seems like SC went a little while before he started his 3-3 upgrades because it's not as far ahead as he was previously. He's going to move up, cancel his 4th base again, but he hasn't scouted the other one. So he thinks he's delaying the 4th base, but there is actually already a 4th base done. Now he's in a tough position. This Zergling force is just going to get straight into his 3rd base, be able to do a lot of damage. He's going to have to come back to defend this, but they can take out a good number of units and SCVs before he gets home.
Yeah, it looks like he just wants to completely trade this army right now and remax. As we can see here, the Greatest Spire is on the way, 40 Lings in production. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. He's hit a lot of these tanks. He's got a lot of the SCVs down. And that will delay SC significantly. We'd also see a drop on the right-hand side being cleaned up here as all of this goes through. And we've also seen the hatch on the left-hand side be thwarted as well. So right now, there are Corruptors on the field. Oh, nice.
He tried to burrow the Zerglings in the mineral line while SC wasn't paying attention, but SC did see it. Scans, takes out all those Zerglings, so we can't just pop those up later while there's a big fight going on. It's a good idea. A lot of times you can get away with that if there's fighting on multiple fronts. But we do see that IMLosira has actually set up a few Baneling landmines spread around. Not a whole lot. The best one is going to be right outside the 3rd base here. He's trying to lure him over. Oh, the army's going to come so close, unstable.
Yes, it is. No, doesn't look like he wants to do it. But either way, we do have Broodlords on the way now. And that is going to be great here for IMLosira. He's bought the time that he needed. He really wants him to go to the left here.
Oh, he's not doing it.
He's trying to make him run right over it, but it's just not going to happen. He's going to pick up a tank for his troubles here, though. Oh! No, that's probably not worth it just for those few. But either way, that will be there for quite a while longer. We do see a borrowed Zergling, so the extra base can't go down here for SC. And we got +2 vehicle weapons on the way. So he doesn't have that many tanks in his unit mix. He's got 6, 3, 4, 5. There we go. They're trailing a little bit behind. But he does have coming in. He is coming into this 4th base. There are infested Broodlords here. But there are no Vikings. There's one Viking on the field, another one in production. And SC's just scanned and seen what he's got to deal with. And he's booking it on home because he needs to buy more time to get his the right composition out here. He's got one Viking in production on his starport.
The 3rd base again. Saw the army way across the map, decided to take this Zergling force that was trying to bait them into the Baneling landmine and just run into the 3rd base. Gets a good amount of kills. There was a tank parked here with no supporting units, so that went down really quickly. Got a few more workers as well, but he will get cleaned up. And this will be another opportunity to see if he can get him to walk over this Baneling mine. But SC is focused on the right side of the map, so it doesn't seem like that's very likely. He's coming over to the right. And, oh, he almost changed his mind there for a second, unstable, but he's just messing with us. He's not going to go over that Baneling landmine, but he's making it look like he will.
Well, he's going to have to do something. Oh, hang on. Oh, I was about to say, if that line of sight blocker stopped it, that'd be hilarious. But during all of that...
He tried to reposition it, and it got seen by an SCV.
During all of this, though, the Broodlords came down to this extra right-hand base here and actually stopped the planetary from morphing, delaying SC quite a bit. And IMLosira's doing a great job here of just delaying. And we do see more Zerglings coming into the 3rd base. That's going to force SC to come back yet again. And he has to make up his mind here which way he wants to go, because there's a lot of Zerglings here, actually. He might actually lose this 3rd base if he forced to lift up.
This is a really big problem for SC, because his 3rd base has been under constant pressure, and he hasn't even been able to...
Oh, he's going to get out! Oh...
This is really, really good job from IMLosira, because every time he gets halfway across the map, Zerglings just run into the 3rd base. And he hasn't even been able to land the 4th base. So IMLosira needs to find a way that he can split up his army, but against this army composition, he can't really split up his army and get caught by IMLosira's army. So if he is splitting up, he needs to make sure he's on the opposite side of the map as IMLosira's Broodlords. And he doesn't really have any vision on them right now, so he can't guarantee that. And right as I say that, he scans them, so he knows exactly where they are now. But previously, he wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah. But either way, IMLosira is getting a nice bang from this. He's going to be stopping this coming forward. Oh, we do see some fungals coming down on a lot of the units as they're clumped up on that ramp. But we do see a couple of them coming forward now. IMLosira needs to be careful of those infestors. Everything's still clumped up, but he has no support from ground units, and this is really going to be dangerous. As soon as he runs out of fungals, those Marines are going to come straight up and decimate these Broodlords. There's another fungal coming down, but I think he's out of them now. That last one, the Marine count has been severely punished here, which is really great. But he has no ground army. He's waiting for these ultras to come out. His 3-3 upgrades just finished then as well. He will have to give up his right-hand base, but he's traded really, really well. Looking at the supply, 138 to 169. He's got spine crawlers on the left. He's delaying the left-hand base for SC. And yes, he's only just now gotten his right base up and running. So with this Remax, he might just be able to walk straight over him.
He did give away the tech switch, but it wasn't. It was too late for SC. He's already invested in a lot of these Vikings because an Ultralisk did pop out of that hatchery and he saw it and it barely got away with like maybe 100 health. So he's not making any more Vikings at this point, but he'd already invested in quite a few before he stopped. So he's probably going to move forward and start harassing with these Vikings, see if he can trade them for something, get more supply. He's making Marauders and Thors now to try and deal with the Ultralisks. But his economy's just in a really tough spot. He hasn't really been able to hold his bases for quite some time. IMLosira's just been pressuring his third and his fourth constantly.
Well, this extra fourth base is going to go down now. That'll put SC down to 1 mining base. He only has 3 SCVs there. He's transferring the rest of them down there at the same time. But that planetary does fall. Looking at the supply, 200 to 170. He does know that this command center has been dropped now, so he's just going to go on the offensive now by the looks of it. But no, he's still picking off some spare Vikings left, right, and center. We do have 4 Vikings in total now for SC. But looking at the unit compositions, how many infestors? He's only got 2 infestors, so he can't really throw down as many fungals as he would have liked to. They do have quite a bit of energy, but here comes IMLosira coming straight into it. The planetary's not done yet, and look at this. We do see the Ultras just tearing through everything. There's nothing to really deal with them. Baneling's rolling in between them as well. SC doing the best he can to actually split his units, but it's not going to matter. The army's composition here for IMLosira is just too good. The Zerglings are back. He will be thrown away eventually, but he's just traded so well here, Relka. He's going to get a couple of those Ultras away. That orbital has actually died as well. So now, SC in such a tough spot, still on this 1 base. He's going to try and make something of it now. He's gone into Thor Marauder. But now, IMLosira is just going to remax with Ling Baneling.
Yeah, and Broodlords. He's switching back to Broodlords again. But that was about the best he could have hoped for with only 2 infestors with that army composition. It was actually really good. The way that the...
Oh, hang on, sorry to cut you off there, but we got the Zerglings coming through here on the left-hand side, and it looks like he's going to clean up the rest of his army. The tanks were unsieged, and there's the GG. That will put IMLosira 1-0 in this series. That was definitely a good game to start off this series, because I expected many more like it. Let's come back to it in after our 2-minute commercial break and see game number 2.